No one can stop you from getting to where you want to be. You have to be selfish, family included, friends included. You have to be selfish for you to get to where you want to be.
Grinding, I was reading, meditating, waking up at 5 a.m, journaling, doing all the good habits, and nothing was happening. I wasn't really making any money. And then obviously what happened in February, we all know, came to Bangkok, and then
He took over Bangkok.
Where you are right now is a result of the actions you've taken in the past year.
You can either pick health or you'll be given it through consequence.
Like, you either choose it or you're given it.
Yeah, you're given it, exactly. Leo, how you doing, my boy? You good?
I'm good.
Why is it so awkward?
Do it again.
Now we're starting off with a bit of an awkward handshake. But I always do these podcasts with just a guest every single year to kind of reflect on how far I've come. And like even a year ago, like doing this podcast with Abhishek, right? Like I was just tubbier, I was out of shape, and I've learned a lot about myself this year. Like genuinely, like it's been one of the most powerful years of my life. In terms for you, like you were always on this path. What's really changed for you, and what have you learned, would you say?
You know, I posted a story about this the other day. I think this is the year that I've changed the least, like when it comes to character development. Because like if you go backwards past 3-4 years, I've changed a lot, like both character wise, like the people I was hanging out with. If you look at the changes that I've been through, like originally it was from the guy who couldn't, you know, talk to girls to the guy who then became, you know, able to do that and to live in social situations. Whereas afterwards it then became, okay, from the guy who knows about social situations, how can he like become a better person intellectually? Let's say, how can he you know, read more? How can he make more money? So like every time there's been this shift in character and in behavior, right? If that makes sense. So like from the shy kid to the kid who actually could do certain stuff, right? And could talk to people, from the kid who maybe would, you know, drink alcohol and have fun to the guy who instead is like reading, meditating and like working, right? And this has been like every year I've changed a lot. But last year, like the only thing that's really changed is results. And I think this is where the whole lagging leading indicator kind of comes in. Like where you are right now is a result of the actions you've taken in the past year, right? So I think for 2025 really paid off for what I did in 2024. Like 2024 was a tough year. It was, you know, Alex Hormozi calls it the lonely chapter, right? Where you have to just go alone, head down. And like in Koh Samui, I was like grinding, I was reading, meditating, waking up at 5 a.m, journaling, doing all the good habits, and nothing was happening. But it's fine. Like I already knew that that was the right thing that I was, you know, supposed to be doing in 2025.
What was the most pivotal point for you? Because you were chasing and really, really like locked yourself in, like locked in, like in Koh Samui, right? But what really changed for you? Like what actions did you take for you to level up?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I don't think there were many actions in my day-to-day habits and day-to-day behaviors that actually changed. It was actually an encounter with Abhishek in Cafe KOB. At the time I was doing lead gen by going to coffee shops and stopping people on laptops, because, you know, for those who don't know, I help online entrepreneurs legally reduce their taxes. If someone's on Thailand on their laptop, you know, they're probably gonna have an online business. So
Leo saved me plenty of time. Rest assured. He's vouched for.
There you go. I was reaching out to people like in person, just cold approaching them, and I saw, you know, Mr. Sheck there on a laptop. I didn't know him. I walked up to him, hey, like, introduced myself, exchanged Instagrams. What are you doing? He was doing fitness coaching at the time, MOS.
Big MOS, man.
Big MOS, green boss. And I didn't really think much of it. I was like, hey, maybe this guy can be a client. But then I came home, and a couple of days later, I saw that he was advertising this network of private entrepreneurs, you know, the core network. And I was like, you know what? I might as well just join it. He's probably building a pool of my ideal customers, of my ICPs, like people, online entrepreneurs in Thailand. I was like, even if I join and I get one client from this, it's going to be worth it. So I decided to hop on a call with him. I get closed, and I see that they're having this event in Bangkok. So I was like, look, I've never been in Bangkok before. Why not go?
Why not? Yeah.
Because I was supposed to be going in March back to the UK, like end of Feb. I had 1 month left. I was like, you know what? Let's just do this final month in Bangkok. I've never been. Let's see. And I was going home. Like that was the plan. I was going home. Who knows? And at this point, just for context, I wasn't really making any money. Like maybe 600, 700 pounds a month. Like that's it. I had one big client that was paying me on retainer. That's it. Okay. And then obviously what happened in February, we all know, you know, I came to Bangkok, and then in
Boys,
this.
you took over Bangkok.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Like, it kind of goes to show, like, as well, like, you were doing the same thing over and over again until you put yourself in a different environment, which allowed you to then change. And that's how we kind of met, guys. Like, we met from joining the network. So a bit about my story as well. So I met Leo through the core. When I filmed that podcast with Abhishek, I was a bit lost. I was like, oh damn, like, there's so much I want to do, so much I want to become, and I had no one to do it around. And I came back home in December, and I really sat down to myself and been like, I was experiencing Thailand, living out there. At first, I was scared to even go there, like taking a flight by myself. Oh, I'm gonna end up on like Home Alone in a different country. Nah, like, so I saw Ty do personal branding when I met him for the first time. I saw Abhishek do his thing as well with MOS. That's how we kind of knew each other. And then these two sat down with me, like, Dills, like, we were gonna create a network, and they're like. And I was like, boys, that's a great idea. So I went back home to the UK that December, icy cold. I was still in the Run Club, which I created as well with Mario. Like, it was good to be around family, but that's when I really knew I didn't want to be here. And I said to myself, prior to like 2025, I was just a bit hanging around the wrong crowd. I'll be moving around the UK. I was like, fuck it, I've always wanted to travel and work online. That's always been my dream. So ever since the call happened, like, I came to Bangkok, lived with the boys, best experience ever, because I was around killers.
Prime Bangkok.
Nothing tops prime Bangkok. This is where I was like, I feel like everyone comes to Bangkok in like January, February, March, right?
Yeah.
And ever since then, it really opened my eyes, like, with my business, the people I was around, just opened my eyes, bro. There's so much more to this world than the dusty UK, to be honest with you.
So, well, let's get into it. What happened after you joined the network?
For me, it was just being around the right people. I'm a very, very bouncy person, and I just really took my business seriously. Because before, obviously going through grief, going through family problems, going through my own trials and tribulations, going through pain, like, I wasn't really taking my business seriously enough. And I've been doing Dills Core Fitness. I was doing it by myself for a good 5 to 6 years.
You know, I didn't realize this, by the way. I thought this was like something super recent, but like this guy's been in the game. He's like a veteran.
Yeah, I am a veteran. I am a veteran in the game. When he was doing my taxes, he clocked how long I was a veteran for. But no, besides that, I just wasn't taking my business seriously. I transitioned with my best friend, Luke, and I just haven't looked back since, because I feel like, when you're running a business, right, you can just get lost in the sauce, right? Especially when you're living in the UK. It can be difficult. Like, recently I went to a mastermind. I had to pay about 300, 400 quid just to be around individuals like me. You can't find that. But when you're in Bangkok, you see people working on laptops, and you be like, oh, right, let me just have a conversation with him. And they're like-minded.
You know, I'm not too sure who I had this conversation with, but basically in Thailand, in Bali, like, you can meet super successful people without really having to pay for it. Like, you can meet them at a gym. You know, if you go to like Obsidian, or like in Samui, if you go to like Season Samui, to Hengs, shout out, by the way. you can meet super like, that's where they hang out. Or you go to to Super Pro or Royal Fight Club Samui, you'll find super successful people. Like, if you want to get into those rooms in London, like, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, that's just how it is. And yeah, I just realized, like, a lot's happened this year. Relationships, traveling, but it's just really opened my eyes to what I'm trying to create for myself.
Let's break it down. Biggest lesson.
No one can stop you from getting to where you want to be. You have to be selfish. Family included, friends included. Like, you have to be selfish for you to get to where you want to be. And one quote I live by is, you're born alone, you die alone, unfortunately. Because I see a lot of people living for other people. Oh, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. I feel like this year has been very, very self-reflective. Like, you've probably seen a fatter version of Dills a year ago. But not only have I developed as a person, but I've just run towards fear every single time. Normally, the old version of me would be, it's scary, I don't want to do it. But the more you run towards fear is the more you learn about yourself. And ever since I've been doing that, like, I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to go Bali. I'm running to Bali. Cool, I'm going to try and run a network and run a network. Cool, I'm going to try and run a run club. I'll do a run club. Try doing Muay Thai. I got punched out a couple of times. Running towards fear, it's taught me a lot. Yeah, that's been my biggest lesson, to be honest with you. And it's just been eye-opening, because now I've got a cool, like, complete direction in terms of where I want to be and the life I want to create for myself, opposed to 1 year ago not having any idea of where I want to be. the business I want to create, the friends I want to be hanging around with. And I wake up I know what I want to do, opposed to being like, oh, scratching my head, is this really what I want to do? Because I was contemplating stopping fitness coaching.
How long ago?
Literally last year, I did the Samuel Lee's course. My family is a bit into property. So I was like, you know what, let me just pivot into that. And then I realised, that's when Ty Nabajo sat down with me like, Dills, you've got potential. And that's when I looked inwards, worked on myself. And a lot of people didn't think I was a fitness coach a year ago, even though I had results in the game. But a special quote to Luke, Luke always says this as well. Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself. And that's like a realisation to be like, oh shit, let me just get my life together again. And I'm just smiling now because I'm around the people I want to be around. I've got people in my life. And what I've also realised is the fact that when you have people in your life, you can always love them from a distance. But if they don't make sense, unfortunately, you have to cut them off.
Let's get into that, because I resonate with that quite a bit when it comes to especially family. As family, they want what's best for you.
Of course.
They love you, and that's completely fine. But a lot of times they don't understand what you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
And like my mum, she's an entrepreneur. She's like self-employed as well. Like my dad, obviously he's employed. So, and even though they're quite open-minded, it was hard for them to understand what I was doing, why I was doing it. They were like, you've gone to one of the best universities in the world. Like, you found a job at one of the top companies in the world. With all the sacrifices, like all the money that we've invested in you, for you might have been to come to England and, put you through school and all this stuff we've done to put you in the position you're now. Like, this is what we did all our sacrifices for. And now you're like throwing it all away. And it's painful because it makes you question your choices. Like, am I doing it right? Should I be doing it? Should I not be doing it? And it's tough. But you just need to be able to overcome it. And the North Star quote that I have for this is like, don't listen to people who have a life you don't want. Like that's what I tell, even, the question, what would you tell your younger self? Like if you need to, there's a kid who maybe, getting into entrepreneurship or who's, wants to be an athlete. It's like, what would you say? Like, what's your advice?
Why would you take advice from someone that hasn't lived the life that you want to create for yourself?
Exactly. Like, it's very straightforward.
It's just, do you know what I realised as well? It's a lot of people see me as, what's the word? When people don't understand you. Misunderstood. I love being misunderstood because that's just how I am as a person. Like, I feel like no one gets what I do. And this is why I feel like the more you do that, the further you go away from individuals that you don't resonate with. And people that really understand you as an individual is people that you have in your life.
And again, the tough thing about family is that you can't just completely cut your family off. At least, maybe you can, but I think you can talk to them less, spend less time with them. I don't agree with like completely cutting someone off. Now, luckily, I managed to explain things to my parents, and still they might not understand, but when you stand up for yourself with your family, they actually see you as a person. 'Cause, they still see you as a kid, like they raised you, like they still, your mum still sees you as that.
He's half Indian, guys, so you didn't know. He reckon he can raise a name.
Exactly. So
yeah.
They still see you as a kid, but the moment you stand up for yourself, they realize, okay, wow, like then they almost respect you more as well. Like once you stand up for yourself, they're like, okay, shit, like this. He's not going to spend time with me just because I'm his mum, just because I'm his dad. Like, I actually need to be a better person now because he's becoming a better person. And by proxy, he wants to spend time with people who are better as well. Like I hate this word, but like higher quality, who take care of themselves, who like respect themselves and respect other people. I want to spend time with my mum, with my dad, because I enjoy spending time with them. I don't want to spend time with them because I need to. I don't owe it to anyone, right? And that pushes them to like look inwards and say, oh shit, like now I'm under pressure. Like I need to level up as well. Like if I want to be on the same level as my kid. And it's not my kid, it's like as this person who loves me, who, there's a bond with him. But, if we want to have a solid, healthy relationship, this is what needs to happen. And they'll realize eventually, like they do, my parents did. I'm sure your situation is slightly different at the moment. But yeah, if I can say something, keep doing what you're doing. Like, don't stop.
Yeah, I think being misunderstood is a hard thing. Like, people will never get what you want to do anything, question everything. But I believe the 20s is a period in your life where try as much shit as possible, because you can try and fail. But when you're 30, you have kids, your parents will get older as well, so you might have to potentially look after them. You won't have the opportunities you have in your life. This is why right now in my life, I'm trying to grab life by the balls and just fucking do whatever I would need to do for me to get to where I want to be.
So let's get back on track 1 second. Obviously, you went to Bangkok. You were surrounded by the people you wanted to live with and you resonated with, and that was a great experience. What happened afterwards?
Being in Bangkok, when the guys kind of dispersed, I'm a bubbly person, right? I was still around the right people, still doing X, Y, and Z. Got into a relationship as well. That's a story for another day. But then it made me really complacent. It kind of just took me to the other side and be like, wow, damn, that's a whole nother life, whole other commitment. And it's crazy because when you're cities like Bangkok, it's kind of mad, like the people that you can meet. It just went a bit south. I got to the point where I didn't prioritize myself. I was prioritizing the other person. That's what love does to you.
How old was this girl?
30, bro.
Sorry, just wanted you to say it. So what happened? So you got into this relationship and then you said you lost yourself a little bit.
Yeah, well. I lost myself a bit, but I just portrayed a life that wasn't realistic. Obviously, she's half Spanish, half Japanese, right? So we had plans to go around the world doing X, Y, and Z. And for me, I wasn't ready. I'm not going to say some bad things that I was going to say, but obviously it just didn't work out. But yeah, I just had to think about myself. But it's so easy to lose yourself in a relationship. But I see why people do that though. You see, I see a lot of my boys get into relationships, lose themselves, break up the girl, go back into the gym. It makes sense though. And yeah, this is it was just it's a mad relationship, bro. But yeah, I've learned a lot about myself, relationship wise, the people I want to be around. Even the countries I traveled to, I lived in Japan for a bit. Bali, obviously got a little venture coming soon, which I'm excited about. It's a new chapter in my life.
But where are we now on the year? So you said Bangkok, and then you met this girl, you got into a relationship. What happened between then and now? Obviously now, we've got to November. What happened after you broke up?
I realized that you can't prioritize other people. And yeah, it's when you're in a relationship, it's so easy to do that. People think, oh, let me just prioritize the other person. Let me just focus on the other person. You can just lose yourself in a relationship. I was losing myself. I wasn't focusing on my business. I wasn't doing the right outputs. I was living a life that wasn't realistic to me. Cool, it's all good, lovey-dovey in the moments, but when you think about longevity, there's no point. I don't see the point in getting a relationship if you don't want to continue it after. People get I get it, being in the moment is special, right? But when you trying to have something longer, then yeah. But then I just wasn't really ready for it, to be honest with you. I was just chucked straight into the deep end, and you know me, I'm like Rashford, go straight to the goal. I'm very, very direct and straight, so I'm very risk taking as well. So any opportunity I get, I just go straight to the goal, mate. Yeah. that's just me. I'm a very fast paced. Luke, my business partner, he always tells me, Dills, slow down, don't go too quick. Luke is basically my therapist at this rate. It's quite funny. And I don't think straight sometimes.
Relationships are tough. Even for me, I've been in a relationship for over 4 years now. That's a long time. It's not been easy. Life is hard. There's so many things you need to balance. There's your social life, there's your relationships, there's your family, there's your work. Obviously, if you're running a business, there's all kinds of things you need to balance there, your team, potential clients, where's my next client going to come from, actual delivery. If you don't have people who take care of that may be seasonal as well. And then your health, your fitness, going to the gym, doing a sport. I don't know if you're into martial arts or something, any hobbies. I don't know, if you it's tough, and a lot of times we don't remember, and then you can struggle to juggle all these things together, and then when you don't take time for yourself and to rest, then you can end up with a few setbacks. Just recently I think we were both sick, and I think that was a big
sick.
That was a big sign for us to take it.
Yeah, take it easy. Burnout's a real thing, but just to sum up the relationship thing, I genuinely think to love someone else, you need to love yourself first. That's the rule of thumb, just across the board with anything, with relationships. So I see, what makes me laugh, I don't get the people that get into a relationship just the sake of doing it. They find the easiest girl to talk to. Oh my God, let me just get into a relationship with them. And then that's them closed off. There's a pool full of good people out there. So yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely think there's a big ass world, and a lot of people get like they get the smallest thing, and then
Not to plug, Dylan's services and stuff, but like I work with Dylan. He's done a really good job with helping me transform my body. But like a lot of these people will focus on getting someone and chasing someone instead of focusing on themselves, right? So when you talk about loving yourself, eating clean, going to the gym, and just conducting a healthy lifestyle is a form of loving yourself. And once you do that, other people want to be with you. Like, why would you want to go and chase someone else that doesn't?
Love yourself,
doesn't want you.
I've learned that the hard way. Obviously, the fitness side of things we'll discuss on a separate podcast, or you're going to see his transformation soon. Mad. But just to kind of touch upon the word burnout. Burnout's something that we've both experienced. Like, my 26th birthday a week ago, I've been out with food poisoning. It's my second day back. Got a cyst in my eye as well. That's why my eye looks a bit wonky. So you're probably wondering. It's quite fucked up because even a year ago today, when I had the podcast at Abhishek, I got I think it's through my entire way. I get sweat in my eyes and shit. I don't know what's wrong.
My eye can be a bit dirty in some of these gyms.
Yeah, but yeah, like burnout's a real big thing. What's your thoughts on burnout as a business owner?
To be honest, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if what I experienced was burnout, because I didn't stay out 2-3 days. I did have a fever. I did have a runny nose. And it was a bit weird because we're in Thailand, right? It never goes below 25 degrees. Right? So I'm not too sure if mine was burnout, but I'm sure it's a real thing. Like, as I said, there's a lot of things going on in people's lives. A lot of them that you don't even know, you don't even see. Like, unless you're really close to someone, there's a lot that's going on with people that you don't know. So just always be kind and be respectful. Just coming back to your question, what do you think about burnout? I think it's real. I think it can happen. Like, if your body gives you signs, listen to them. Like, for me, my health is my number one priority. Like, I'll go to bed at 10 p.m. instead of taking a sales call. Like,
unlike me.
For me, I'd rather make less money and just have my routine and go to bed at the same time, wake up at a certain time, do my thing. I won't compromise for stuff. Now, am I changing a little bit? Like, sometimes if I don't have a clear plan, if I haven't planned my week ahead, I might get into this. But I feel it. I just don't. I feel a bit off. Like, I know a lot of people can work whenever they want. They can if they need to take a sales call at 3 a.m., they will, and they'll perform well. Like, for me, no. I'm like, I need my 8 hours of beauty sleep. I've got my Oura ring. I've got like all this stuff. I track everything to a T.
I feel like ever since being on my program, you've generally you've just been more health conscious / you've dealt with business in the right way.
Yeah, and
also, I don't want to plug the whole fitness thing here because that's a separate video in terms of your transformation testimonial, all that stuff, right? Yeah, I genuinely think what you've done is prioritize yourself. And what I like about you are portrayed in a certain way where you look after yourself, and when you look after yourself, it has a domino effect on absolutely everyone around you, and people respect that. The thing is, I said this in a video yesterday on my story. Unfortunately, a lot of people, when it comes to health, they wait to the last minute, or they wait till a scare happens, or you can either pick health or you'll be given it through consequence, like a doctor's note or heart attack, and that's when people be like, oh shit. And this kind of relates to like pain, like any situation.
Like, you either choose it or you're given it.
Yeah, you're given it, exactly. So that's what I see in this industry. And obviously I pivoted to work mainly with South Asians recently due to the fact that you understand their culture, you understand how, what it's like growing up half Indian, right? So yeah, like, I pivoted to working with these type of people because I realized like the whole Indian society is going downwards. The diabetes are going to be in the next level high. Me going to India really, really showed me like, oh my God, this is where my country's going. And it's kind of mad. Obviously, me being brought up in the UK, it's a bit different when you're brought up in the UK and you're not from the UK. But yeah, it just goes to show that being portrayed in a certain way doesn't dictate who you are as a person as well.
What do you think you could have done better this year?
Great question. I think I could have been more realistic. For me, like, I get shiny object syndrome a lot. I think you know that quite well.
What is it for our viewers at home?
What shiny object? Like, you see a light in the tunnel, you just go straight to it. That's what I would say. So, like, I should have been more self-reflective. Start of the year, obviously you go through ups and downs, and just live more realistically. Yeah, I'm just a bit spontaneous. I'm just the type of guy to be like, okay, I like doing whatever I like to do, and no one's going to stop me from getting there. Just being more self-reflective, because now I'm back into journaling, I'm back into really self-developing, and journaling over these last 4 to 5 months religiously has genuinely changed my life. You're self-reflective, you look at yourself inwards, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know how you felt. And when you understand you as a person, you understand your strengths, you understand your weaknesses. And yeah, I wish I was just more self-reflective, because if you're not, like, we live in such a fast-paced environment where you're living life 200 miles per hour. You're on social media, you wake up, you scroll on people's phones, you compare yourself to other people. It's so easy to do that. Dopamine, the whole dopamine thing that we talked about the other day as well. Like, you just don't take time to sit down and just, oh, this is how I feel today.
Man's on a dopamine detox.
You just have to be self-reflective. And I feel like I wasn't, but to a point where, like, I'm very true to myself now. I know what I like, I know what I dislike. I know when I'm getting treated wrong, I know when I get treated right. When you're self-reflective and you understand you as an individual, it opens gates and doors to you. And you just understand yourself. Like, when you're growing up, like, when you're in these environments that really test you, you're still confused. You don't know, oh, these are the people I want to be around, and X, Y, and Z. But
what would you say are your goals then going into 2026? It's my favorite time of the year, by the way. It's like when you sit down, say 15th of December, you write down your goals for the year and what you want to do on all different aspects.
So it's funny because I was speaking to Brandon about this the other day, right? We were just talking, having a 6 bomber rascal egg steak, all that good stuff, right? And we sat down, like, normally December's a time of reflection. Normally a time where people slow down. This is the first time I'm never going to be home for Christmas due to so many other reasons, right? But this is the most I felt I want to get after it. Normally December's a period where people switch off, kick their feet up, have a bit of cocoa by the fire, all that good stuff. But right now I'm just trying to get after it. I'm trying to be one step ahead of everyone. Because the life I want to create for myself going into 2026, I don't think words can describe where I actually want to be. Because not only have I got Core Fitness as a business on lock, but I want to transform as many lives as possible through my strengths. So I'm quite ADHD, as you may say, right? I'm quite energetic, I'm quite bouncy. And I use that to my advantage. So before, as a kid, I'd be like, oh, I'm this type of way because no one gets me. But when you use what you have to your advantage to the right way, it's game changing. And I'll never forget one thing. When I went to a Samuel Leeds event when I was thinking about walking away from fitness coaching, I paid about 2-3 grand to do the course. We sit in a room about 500 people. Samuel Leeds are like, right, get up if you're complacent of where you where you are right now. 5, 6, 7, everyone sat down, and I was literally the only one standing in a room of 500 people. And he asked me, Dylan, why you feel like you want to change? Why don't we change? And I was like, I've got another business. All these people didn't have nothing. They had no other businesses. And that made me realise, damn, like, I can really make this work. And not only that, there's one thing that really stuck with me from the whole course, right? Is what do people do when they get to the top? I think I had a conversation about with you previously. They give back. They give back. If you have millions and billions, they put into charity. And I've really come to terms with giving back. People respect me a lot because I give back. The Run Club back at home, 150 members. Shout out to Maridas running it back at home. 1% sports. And now, like, due to the work I'm doing, people see it. Like, obviously I've got a lot to work on myself. I'm not perfect, but I'm now co-hosting with my good friend, the 1% Network, a network full of entrepreneurs. And I feel like that's so much potential because my magic trait is bringing people together. And I could be in any environment and speak to anyone. Put me with roadmen, I could be like, yo, well, go on, what you saying? I could put me with flipping Luffy. Like, I can connect with anyone. Like, grandmas, granddads, I can sit there, have a conversation, oh, how you doing, love, blah, blah, blah. That's my power trait. And like I said, I've learned that by myself. Before, I'll be like, oh, and I've been using that because now I want to give back to the world. Going into 2026, I'm going to give back. And what I do with Core Fitness, I'll give back naturally through transformations in that way. But right now, I want to give back by building a community. I want to leave legacy behind. And that's kind of down to my granddad. And my granddad, like, him passing, obviously, I'll speak to Luke about this on his podcast too. Shout out to Tion to Grief. That pain of losing him and the life he created for me, I don't get how people are complacent when your mum and dad go through trials and tribulations for you to be in this position, for you to be a bum and smoke weed at home. Because that was me. I was around the wrong people, I was doing X, Y, and Z, but I just want to have some sort of legacy. I want Dylan to be remembered as, oh, that guy really helped me with my life. That guy really oh, that guy's a cool guy. That's how I want to be remembered by. That's what I stand for. And going into 2026, yeah, I just want to take over the world and do things my generations couldn't do. I love growing up as a kid. I used to watch movies with my dad all the time. I want to be like that person. I want to be like Rocky, or like, I just love all these movies where like I just want to be. I want to live my life like a movie star. Yeah, that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to live like my life like a movie star. Nothing can stop me. And all these like limiting beliefs you have aren't limiting beliefs, because the people around, they've done it. And having your circle right now, you just sit there and look at yourself, right? And does your circle make sense? Are they helping you? Are they pushing you? Do they want the best for you? Like, any issues I have from building such a strong network, such a strong community. Got Darius over there, my boy. If I got filming problems, go to him. Tax problems, go to you. Crypto, go to Brandon. If I have appointment setting issues, Lennon. Like, having a team full of killers just propels you going forward. But my biggest goal into 2026, I just want to live like a movie star, man. What about you, bro? What's your goals in 2026?
I think I posted this as well. If I can live the same life, like the same year I lived in 2025, I would do that.
You do that?
This year was fucking incredible. I'll tell you what. I took my dad and my little brother on holiday to Koh Samui. I took my mum to Turkey, to Istanbul. Business took off, hit 6 figures this year. Just enjoy it. I met loads of new people. Like, the people I hang out with now, I didn't even know at the start of this year.
And it feels like we know each other so much deeper, though, because we get each other. That's what I don't get. Like, Darius there, he's been here for what, 2 weeks now? And I feel like that's my long lost brother. For like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell?
You don't need time. The truth is, you need experiences. Like, if you go through stuff together, then you're going to bond. That's the most important thing. So, like, just going back to your question, for me, there's only 3 areas of your life, right? 3 macro areas of your life that you can improve or get worse, which are health, you know, and obviously that's your fitness and your mental health, right? So physical health, mental health. Then you've got your relationships, which include your parents, your friends, and your girlfriend, right, or your wife. And then your wealth, which is just how much money you have, right, how fulfilled you are. And I feel like in all 3 aspects we've made so much progress. Like, I've finally found, you know, just going back to what you said, the friends, the right circle, like, that was the most important thing. I've just been investing in these networks. Like, I've been around these people. I am around these people, and I absolutely love it. Relationships, managed to hold on to my, like, it's not easy. We're doing long distance right now. Like, my girlfriend lives in London, I'm in Bangkok. Like, it's not fucking easy. With my parents, I've managed to, like, taken them to these places. Like, it's something that, you know, people dream of doing.
Yeah,
like,
giving back is massive, bro.
It was emotional just to be able to give back and to say, hey, this is your holiday, I'm paying for it, come here, like, show you my life. It was absolutely amazing.
Honestly, that's one of the best feelings in the world, because I did the exact same. I flew my mum to Dubai, I took my brother to Amsterdam, and I went literally flew my dad to Spain when I had my marathon. It's the best feeling in the world when you give back to people that are giving back to you. And that's what I want to continue to do. But where do you see yourself going into 2026?
Keep improving these aspects. Like, I'm a very pragmatic person. Money, relationships, and health. Just improve all of them. Again, I said this at the beginning of the podcast. Like, I haven't really changed that much. This is the only year where I haven't really changed when it comes to beliefs, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to actions I've been taking. I want to make more money. I want to get leaner, right?
I'm working on that.
I want to I want to build deeper relationships with deeper connections with people I care about, right? Obviously, nurture the one with my parents, nurture the ones with my brother. If I can take my dad and little brother on holiday again, if I can take my mum on holiday again, if I can make more money from my business, if I can keep on fighting, and if I can get leaner, that's going to be a hell of a life. This is why I'm saying I obviously wouldn't want to live the same exact event, but like, you know, I spoke at masterminds in front of like 20 people, 30 people, like making loads of money. I've, again, taken my family on holiday. I've fought in competitions. Like, I've competed jiu-jitsu. Like, honestly, this year was fucking amazing. You talk about a movie. Like, this year for me, I can barely believe I did what I did. So this is why I'm saying, if next year can be the same as this year, obviously in comparison to this year, I'd like it to be better, right? But the actions I've taken, like, they need to be the same. I know what I need to be doing, and it's the same thing that I did this year. It's going to be self-reflection, and it's going to be actions on how we can improve. Like, I still want to speak to these masterminds, these conferences, maybe instead of in front of 20 people, in front of 40 people, right? Instead of making 6 figures, maybe you want to make 7, right? Instead of going to the gym 3 times a week, maybe go 4. Honestly, that's where I see my 2026. Let's say I don't want to lose myself, because I know that's always a possibility. That's always there lurking in the dark. It might happen. You might, something might happen. You might fall out with someone. Someone might pass away. Like, there's loads of things that can happen.
Yeah, life really does throw stuff at you, and it's all about how you deal with it.
It's about resilience.
Yes, bro. Resilience, being able to be understanding of the situations, and like not being too emotional. That's what I've learned. Like, when you're emotional, you make rash decisions. Just taking it in, understanding it. But yeah, I'm excited for 2026 for both of us.
I'm so excited.
I'm charged up. Obviously, we got our own plans with ourselves as well, where we want to be, and we said that, cool, let's do it. I've got really, really big goals. I don't like to say them big goals out loud. Yeah, I'm more like, I'd rather just show you. Let's stay along the journey. Tap in.
The last thing I'll leave you with, and then, Dylan, you can give your concluding remarks, otherwise they'll kick us out, is consistency. If you've managed to achieve so much in the past year, 2 years, 3 years, like, imagine what you can do in 30, right, in 40. That's the thing that's super important. A lot of times, like you say, we get lost in the sauce. Yeah, but I'm not here yet, or this month was a bad month, and, we've had a couple months in a row that, we haven't really made a lot of money. I made a lot more here. Zoom out. Okay, you've been doing this for 1 year, 2 years, even if you've done it for 5 years. Like, let's say you've been doing your good habits consistently for 1 year. Like, you've been working on your business consistently, properly, with the right people for 1 year, 2 years. Imagine what will happen once you do that for like 30 years straight. Like, the name of the game is consistency, and you just need to make sure you're consistent. You keep doing it. When it gets boring, you keep doing it, you do the right habits, and eventually you're going to get to where you want to go. That's my final message to everyone watching.
Quote it. Leo 2026.
Leo 2026.
No,
consistency.
It's facts, because at the end of the day, like, for you to get to where you want to be, it's consistency, is doing the daily inputs no matter how you feel. And you've learned that through gym, all that stuff as well. And you're a very powerful person. You've got a very powerful personality.
Frank, have you seen?
He popped a couple of t-shirts on the way here. It's good that we had these podcasts with new guests. I think that's probably a yearly thing, just to sit down and review on how this year's been. But what I would say is, Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, right? And if you're not living the life that you want to live for yourself, look inwards. But life's short, man. Life is so short. Anything can happen. I could walk out this podcast studio. This could be my last. I could get hit by an asteroid. Darius could drop a camera on my head. I could die. Anything could happen.
I could put you in a triangle.
Yeah, he could put me in a triangle. But my point is, like, guys, life is too short. If you have goals for yourself, just fucking do it. Do what you want to do. What is the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen?
You're back where you were before.
Back where you were before. Obviously, I'm privileged to say that. Right, what is the worst that can happen? Look at the people around you. Look at the life you want to create for yourself. If you're not living a fulfilled, happy life, why is that? It's never too late to change, and change isn't. You don't plan change. You do change. Like, it happens now, in the power of now. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, if you're not happy the way you're going, change now. Like, from this second, from after this podcast, and hopefully this podcast inspires you to take action or do something. And my DMs are always open to helping people, because at the end of the day, like what Leo said, you don't know what people are going through. Everyone's going through their own shit. You never know. Like, there's just one picture that really stuck out to me. I think Luke posted it as well. It was like a outwards post of people in houses. He's going through a breakup. He's going through, like, he lost his parents or grief or something. But you don't know what people are going through. But just to wrap things up, because I think we're going to get kicked out in 2 minutes. Live the life that you want to live, and
prioritize your health.
Plugged. But no, in all seriousness, right? Live the life you want to create for yourself, and don't let no one stop you from getting to where you want to be. And life's too short, man. Take the risk.
Thank you for having me on.
Always, brother. Nice one. That's a wrap.
1% Sports. Every Wednesday.